Handstand mobility, wrist, shoulder, upper back. Pull your fingertips back, facing your palms away from you. Hold here for 30 seconds to a minute. Pull your thumb into your wrist. Hold here for 30 seconds to a minute. This is to release all your wrists. Wrists can get injured whilst doing handstands, planks, push-ups, chest presses. Place your fingertips towards your knees. Lean back on your knees, trying to keep the palms towards the ground. And take as much pressure as you need. Straight arms. Rocking back and forth. Place one hand to the side, fingertips pointing out, other hand on top, and rotate left and right. Then swap hands. All of these you can do for 30 seconds to a minute to release any tension in your forearms, elbows, shoulders, wrists. Place your palms face up, fingertips towards you, rocking back and forth. This is quite intense, so take your time and be gentle. Try to straighten your arms. Place your fingers towards each other and squeeze into a fist and release, rocking back and forth. Changing into a fist and releasing changes the intensity in the forearm. Hold just under the bone of your wrist tightly and decompress now. Squeeze into a fist and rotate one way a few times and then the other. Use a block. Make sure your palm is facing up and rotate your arms around, keeping your shoulders near your ears, keeping the block away from the ground and always facing up. Keeping your ribs in as you rotate through this. Keep your shoulders down. Make sure that your chest does not rotate to create the movement. Make sure you extend up into the movement, bringing the arm by the ear. Breathe deeply and controlled, always keeping your core in alignment, squeezing your shoulder blades into your spine so it's an active rotation of the arm as you do it. Always hands up for external rotation. Put 2 blocks down. Make sure your hips are in a right angle with your knee. Place just above your elbow. Put something comfortable if it's uncomfortable on the blocks, and we're stretching the upper arm. Firstly, squeeze the core tight, ribs in and engage, and just utilize the shoulder flexibility. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Now release the ribs and drop into the back. Squeezing your shoulder blades, pulling your shoulders into the spine, inhaling up, exhaling down. Making sure that you're not trying to get the chest down and pushing forward, keeping knees and hips in alignment. Otherwise you go too deep into the lower back. This will increase back flexibility here and shoulders when we release the core. Squeeze the shoulder blades at all times in. Making it a little more intense. Elbows now on the raised surface block sofa. Inhale here, squeeze the core tight, and then exhale and release down, keeping that alignment with knees and elbows in alignment. Inhale and exhale, use the exhale to sink deeper, but do it actively so your shoulders are squeezing into the spine. Lift your head up to also help with your neck flexibility and strength. Rotate left and right to go into the sides of the arm. Now place the hands, thumbs facing up, external rotation on the blocks. Keep the core tight. Move side to side as you lean down, hips over knees. Breathe deeply. Now release the core. Lift the head. Squeeze the shoulders into the spine. Inhale, exhale, and hold here deeper in the stretch. So you're curving the spine to inhale, exhale, posterior, anterior pelvis tilt, and then relaxing into it. Shoulders are very important for handstands and also to avoid injury. Bringing the body into the puppy pose, hips over the knees. Bring the one arm up and then diagonally across your mat or the floor, and then rest your head on the bicep. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and slowly sink in and feel the stretch. Again, knees and hips in a line, squeeze core tight. Arm diagonally across the one extended. Inhale here, exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades into the spine. Pull your shoulder back even though it's going across your body and rest your head on it, on the bicep. arm extended on your chest. Rotate your shoulder forward as you can see, and then rotate across your body. Use the other arm for support. These are a couple of additional variations if you have flexibility, rotating further and further to the side. Still make sure you have that shoulder movement that I showed you at the start. You can rotate onto your back with knees bent, straight, or legs in the air to really give it a little bit of zing. But just rotating any bit will help you in the process. Making sure to do both sides, always holding for at least 30 seconds. Arm to the side, rotate the arm down and forward, as you can see with the shoulder, and then rotate across where is comfortable for you. You can put your head on a block if you need to, if your neck is uncomfortable. Try any variation that works for you. Make sure you're breathing. Bring your arms behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Try to get your fingertips to meet. Now slowly scoot your bottom forward and squeeze the anterior pelvis tilt so the sit bone is coming forward. And then push your lower back into the ground. Squeeze your shoulders together, puff up through your chest, and rock side to side like you want to get your armpit to the ground. A very intense stretch. Then squeeze forward and sit a little more, holding and moving about 10 movements and holding up to a minute if possible. So as you bring yourself forward, keep those fingertips together. Once you're forward as far as you can, see how I scoot my bottom and pull my pelvis into an anterior pelvis tilt. So I'm basically trying to get the pelvis and the lower back on the ground. And then I'm rocking side to side like I want my armpits to come to the ground. Breathing all the while and then holding for up to 30 seconds. Then releasing off, rounding your back and shaking out your shoulders. Utilizing a band, keep it to a strength that you can move. Bring it back to a sticky point over your head. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, then activate them to pull the band apart, doing about 10 pulses. Really building strength, but not letting it control you as it pulls you back together. Then rotating your arms up and over through squeezing your shoulder blades into the spine, but also wrapping your armpits forward. Keeping your ribs in, which I'll show you in the side in a minute. So making sure as you do this, keep your ribs in at all times. Core is activated, but you can have an openness like a cobra in your chest. As you're pulsating backwards, this is great to do in between handstand sets, building strength. But you're squeezing your shoulder blades together to create this and pulling apart. Then lifting your arms up and over, keeping your armpits rotated forward as you do this. There should be no pain. Let's release now the arm and side body. Placing this under your armpit. This will help with your nervous system release too. Bringing it into a sticky, uncomfortable spot. Bring your elbow in and rotate your arm up and back as far as it goes, around 5 to 10 times. Make sure your chest is slightly rotated up. You will definitely feel this point. Once you've done 5 to 10 rotations, internal or external in the arm, extend out overhead. This will really help to release out after handstands because this muscle area is areas of muscle that we use quite a lot and tends to cause irritation. So placing it here under the armpit, slightly on towards the back, breathing deeply, find that sticky spot. Slightly rotate your body up and then bring the rotation in from your elbow. Bring your elbow down towards your chest, other arm supporting. Once you've done your 5 to 10, extend long. Try and keep your wrist in a line with your arm. Take your time. Let's do a chest pectoral release, something that often gets tight. Place it on the bra strap or where your tank top or a top might be. Feel that uncomfortable spot. Arm goes out alongside your shoulder and rotate. Adjust as needed, other arm supporting on fingertips. Then bring your arm up slightly and rotate again using the other leg at the back, keeping the pressure on the peanut. And then finally, one more level the arm up and rotating. Breathing deeply, core is strong. This will really help to open up your chest. Often our chest gets tight and uncomfortable due to handstands, bench press, push-ups, any of this type of work, or even sitting at our desk. So this one is fantastic for all walks of life. Helps release tension in the shoulders and neck, helps release tension down the arms as well and down the side body. Breathing deeply, and because we're using a peanut, it helps to get attached to the nervous system to work with those tight muscles that the nervous system is holding tight, where static stretches don't work.